OTAs are getting fired up, and we're looking at the Jacksonville Jaguars again and getting a look at Travis Hunter from the first day of practice. We're going to watch him catch some balls, work through some drills and everything else. But before we dig in, though, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're looking at rookie camp clips, minicamp clips, OTA clips, soon to be training camp, workouts in between of your favorite players, rookies, guys you're paying attention to for your fantasy team. It's all right here. Click that button. Stop missing out. We're looking at Travis Hunter here today. Minute and a half of clips, almost 2 minutes of clips here. Let's let it roll. We're going to loop this and keep talking ball. There he is, zoomed out a little bit. Boom, gets it. On that drill. Had a little zoomed out, a little slippage there at the end of it. There we go. The route's rounded a little, but you see the dirt kick up. Here's another one. The drop. That's going to blow up social media soon. That's going to blow up social media. There's another one. Catching it up high. Trevor Lawrence throwing a little bullet there up high. That's probably the previous one, different angle. That's one's from the Jaguars. They got a little embed of an advertisement. They're starting to advertise on these clips. They did last year. Jaguars definitely did. There he is working out. You got Brian Thomas Jr. there. Right beside him, number 7. Brian Thomas Jr. is the dog. He's the dog. Here's him and the wide receivers. Getting acclimated here. Here's another one. Nice catch. Nice catch there. Looking solid. We got gloves on today. Rookie camp, we didn't wear gloves. All the gloves are off now. Gloves are off, right? That's the same player, right? Gloves are off now. Rookie camp, we didn't wear gloves. Why are we wearing gloves now? What happened there? There he is, no gloves. Brian Thomas Jr., no gloves. Boom, gets it. Upfield. Every clip from rookie minicamp, no gloves. There we go. It makes sense. Someone said it was wet during rookie minicamp, and if it's wet, it makes your gloves slick, depending on what gloves you got. No gloves there. Gloves there. That's him, right? Yeah. Interesting. There we go. Brings it in. No gloves there. Drop right there. Maybe the gloves are after the drop. I don't know. Gloves right there. Brings it in. Here's the cinematic footage from the Jaguars with an advertisement. Gloves. Very bonded up with wristbands. Here's another one. It's not really analysis. I'm just calling that out. Things as I see it. Look at the hands there. I like Brian Thomas Jr. I think Brian Thomas Jr. is the X factor here. I think he's going to help Travis Hunter. I think if Travis Hunter was the lone wolf wide receiver to be the stud on his own, we might have a slower development because there would be more expected out of him and while trying to play both sides of the ball. But you got Brian Thomas Jr. here to stretch the field. Brian Thomas Jr. has a nasty release package. He's very assertive downfield and at the catch point. We saw that last year. Broke out as a rookie. One of the top wide receivers, production-wise, in the National Football League last year. Did well with 2 different quarterbacks. I think his game is going to aid well with Travis Hunter's. Now, earlier today, I went over those viral clips of Travis Hunter slipping during minicamp, rookie minicamp. Him slipping. If you notice the turf right there, it breaks up quite a bit. I do not know if it's all grass or sod. I think it's some kind of sod. The more that I look at it, I've been analyzing their turf for like the last hour while looking up clips. And it just kicks up all over the place. You're seeing it there. The drop there, that's not an excuse for the drop. I'm just calling out the grass. It just kicks up. And then, now that I think about it, they said that about Brian Thomas Jr. in training camp last year. The beat writers were. I think you need to go really, if you're worried about that, the slippage on the routes, just go back to the college tape. Go back to college tape on that. We went over Trevor Lawrence's highlights from today's practice. It was kicking up on some of him while he was just rolling out in drills. I don't know. It could have rained the last few days for all I know, and it's a little slick from it. But there it is. It's beat up already. Boom. Nice catch, though. Nice catch. I think he's going to be a good pair of Brian Thomas Jr. I think him and Brian Thomas Jr. is a nasty 1-2 punch. I like Brian Thomas Jr. I think he's going to be even better this year. I think he's going to develop more into his role. I think compared to what you had last year on the roster underneath, this is an upgrade. Definitely over Parker Washington. Definitely over those wide receivers. I said this in the Travis Hunter video, but you got to give him grace, and then also you need to just not pay attention to what people are saying on social media in regards of the two ends of the spectrum, right? You got the Deion Sanders haters, the Colorado Buffalo haters that are really looking for these guys to fail. And then on the other end, there are guys that have him pegged as the next Justin Jefferson still, the next Jamar Chase. Those are huge shoes to fill. Those are rare wide receivers that I don't think you understand how rare they are. And this is a two-way player. He's just a different type of wide receiver that we're not used to seeing. A different type of player. So you're going to have to just sit back and enjoy it. And he's going to be developing at a different rate. And I'm not going to say slow, different rates. And it could be faster one spot and slower the other. And they're bringing him on offensive side of the ball first. And then also with the defensive side of the ball. He's not going to be a happy guy if he's just offense. He said that in a million interviews. We covered that. We covered those interviews too during the offseason. He's not going to be a happy guy. He said, don't even draft me if you're not going to play me both sides of the ball, pretty much. He says, I'm going to be... If I remember right, he didn't really say it out loud, but you made the interpretation that it ain't going to be good times if you don't allow him to play both sides of the ball. And I think I believe that you're going to hinder him if you don't. I think it's like what he's meant to do. And I think that's just going to make him optimal. I think that's just what he is. Boom, gets it upfield. And you're paying one player to play two spots. Has the endurance to do so. There he is, though. There he is. I look at him as a good compliment with Brian Thomas Jr. You're looking for fantasy takes. He's going to be a little bit more expensive in all formats. He's very expensive in Dynasty depending on who you're playing with. Very expensive. Some people are taking him very high. Some people are not. I like the running back position in this year's class, so I'm really rolling with that in Dynasty. You're looking at redraft. I want to see where those numbers and ADP lands midsummer. I'm guessing it's going to buoy up a little bit in training camp. I think it might be taking a little hit after what went viral yesterday and today with the slipping of the routes. Dropping a ball today. Though the internet is very, very, very critical of these camp clips. Remember Xavier Worthy. Remember what they were saying about Brian Thomas Jr. People faded him because of that, saying he can't run routes. That might have been due to beat writers saying he was slipping on turf. And when we got to training camp, well, remember, I'm the only guy here that can really go over the history of clips. The history of clips from camp to camp to team. So the Jaguars were very clip heavy. OTAs, minicamp, rookie camp. Then we get to training camp, first couple practices, they shut it off. They shut the beat writers off from doing that. And then when they shut it off, then rumors come out about Brian Thomas Jr. not being able to run routes. Not being able to do so. My guess is he was slipping too, maybe. He was slipping too. My guess is that. That would be my guess. That would, if anything, that would give more face to these beat writers that are showing up. That said that. That would give more face to them. That would allow them to say, okay, you weren't really putting that into perspective. Look at the turf right there. beat up already. It's day one, guys. I don't know if they had heavy rains or anything, but we noted this last year too. We did notice this last year. Like, it was kicked up a little bit. There's the drop. That's going to blow up social. I might make a post anyways just to cause some havoc. I might do that. Be funny. Travis Hunter, though. Travis Hunter, first look here. My take is him and Brian Thomas Jr. is going to be a good pair. Brian Thomas Jr. is the man, though. Good size, just athleticism. But give Travis Hunter some grace. Allow him time to develop. He's going to be working in 2 positions here. Trevor Lawrence slinging the rock around. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.